Internet, welcome back to the channel and thank you for joining me here once again. And yes, today I am going to teach you how to make barbecue chicken. Not only will it be flavorful and juicy, but I'm going to show you how to cook it so that you don't burn that sauce to a crisp either and still manage to cook the chicken all the way through. So if that sounds like something that you're into and you like what I'm doing here on the channel, do me a favor and give the like button a little tickle for me, or if you prefer, lick it on the cheek, whatever, it's up to you, I don't judge. Just go ahead and make sure that it lights up all those pretty colors for you real quick. Kind of helps the channel out and lets me know that you're enjoying what. And if you're new here, if this is your first time, maybe your second time, whatever, consider subscribing as well. It is free, and again, it really helps the channel out. And now, on with the video. Alright guys, now as you can see, I've got a couple of chicken legs thawed out right here. That's what I'm using today, the drumsticks, the chicken legs. You can use whatever kind of chicken you want, you know, if you prefer the thighs or the wings or the legs, whatever you want. These were on sale, so these are what I got. Now you'll notice that I took the skin off. Now I took the skin off myself. I buy them with the skin on. I actually like the skin. So why do I take the skin off? I'm going to tell you why I take the skin off. One, it really helps the meat get more flavor, both from the seasoning and from the sauce. But the other reason I take it off is that my wife does not like the chicken skin, and it is easier just to take it off than deal with the repercussions if I don't. So I take it off. Okay? Now the very first thing you want to do after you do that, if you're going to do that, is you want to take your seasoning. Now here I've got a nice little blend I made up. I do that a lot. I prefer to use my own rubs and my own seasonings, but you can buy them if you want, or you can just use salt and pepper. It really doesn't matter either way. That's not the star of the dish today. Alright, it is literally just here. We're going to give it a little rub so it spreads out a little more evenly. And we're going to do both, both sides. You want to make sure you get it everywhere. So you can use, back to what I was saying since I got a little off track, you can use salt and pepper on its own if you want. You don't have to make any crazy seasonings. You don't have to do anything nuts because the seasoning really isn't the star. But what it's going to do is it's really going to help bring the flavor together both on the chicken and blend the sauce into it, and it's just going to all around be delicious. Now I will say, if you do have skin on your chicken, you want to kind of peel that skin up a little bit and make sure you rub some of the seasoning up under the skin there so you really get that flavor in, because let's face it, when you have skin on the chicken, the flavor doesn't always get to the meat, and then once the skin's gone, it's boring as shit, right? So yet another reason just to pull the skin off if you want. Also, it's slightly healthier for you. Not that I care about that, as you can tell. I'm not that worried about fat and not fat. All right, now we're going to take this out to the grill, and I'll show you guys what to do next. All right, guys, now today I am using my charcoal grill, and if you have a charcoal grill, if you ever have trouble getting it hot, I suggest getting one of these. It's a little chimney. It cost me $10 down at the depot for houses, you know, the little Home Depot down there. It cost me about $10 on that. Best little $10 investment I've made as far as grilling actually goes. It is great. You fill the bottom up with paper, 6, 7, 8 pieces will do it. You crumple them up into a nice little ball. Newspaper, not notebook paper. Then you put your charcoal on the top and you light the paper on the bottom. This alleviates the need for lighter fluid, grill fluid, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah. It alleviates the need for lighter fluid. It gets the charcoal hot a little bit faster than it would if you didn't have it, and it looks really cool doing it. This one's a little beat up, like I said. I've had it a couple of years, but they run for $10. You can probably get them. I got mine, like I said, at the depot for houses. You can probably go down to Lowe's and get it, or really any hardware store and get one. Alright guys, so these coals need to get a little bit hotter, but once they do, we'll get that set up and then we'll get cooking. Another quick little side note, you see the legs in the background over here, that's actually my other grill. I actually have a video that shows that grill a little further back on the channel. Maybe I'll put it up on the cards up here if you want to check that out too. It's a short one, it's a little quick, stupid one. So you can do this on a gas grill too. I'm just using my charcoal grill today because, well, my gas grill is kind of broken. Gas runner's busted on it. I got to replace them. I just haven't gotten a chance to do that yet. So we're using charcoal today, but that's alright. So now, with this chimney here, okay, there's this little wooden handle. You're going to push that down and out of the way. You're going to lift it up. And you're just going to shake that. Ooh, that's hot. You're just going to shake the coals right down in there. Try not to burn yourself. Usually I don't. I don't know why I did today. And you see, coals are already nice and hot. So now we're going to take the tongs here and just rearrange these coals a little bit so they're spread out so the heat's a little more even. Alright, that is the one downfall to a charcoal grill, is making sure that the heat is as even as you can possibly get it, or at least in the spots you want it while you're cooking. Yeah? So we're going to get that all set. I'm going to hang the tongs right off the side like a pro. We're going to throw our grate back on there. Oops, let's raise that up a little bit. Back on there to get hot. Close the lid to heat it up a little bit and go grab our chicken. Alright guys, so our grill should be nice and hot. Oh yeah, that's nice and piping hot. Alright, we got our chicken right here. I had it offside on the camera right over there. You can't see it, it's off camera right off to the side. But yeah, it's right over there. So what you want to do is you're going to take your chicken, alright, you're going to place it, the fat end over the hot coals. Always make sure the fat end is over the hot coals. If you know where the hottest spots are, usually with charcoal you can tell by the color of the charcoal. On a gas grill, well, you probably know your own grill, so you know where the hot spots and everything are. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and lay those on there. They got a nice little sizzle to them. They're not sizzling crazy, but this is a very thin iron grate. It doesn't sizzle all that loud. But trust me when I tell you, it is sizzling. Now, we got all these chickens on here. I don't know if you can see that. Let me move the camera. There you go. Okay. So we got all of the chickens on here for right now. We're going to let this first side cook a little bit. You don't want to put any sauce on yet, okay? You're going to let the first end that you put down cook. You're going to give it about 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes at most, depending on how hot your grill is. And then we'll move on to the next step. So we're going to let these cook and get a little cooked on this side, and then I'll show you what's next. Alright guys, first off I want to apologize for the change in quality both visually and audio. I don't know if it's better, worse, the same, and different. I have not recorded off of my phone yet, but the battery on my main camera died as I was getting ready to shoot this next little bit here. So I had to switch to my backup camera, which is currently my phone. So you get to see my lovely little setup over here. Over there is actually where the chicken was. You can see my bowl of barbecue sauce in the background there, and of course the grill that we are currently using. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. We are going to check on this chicken. It's been about, oh yeah, look at that. See, we got a nice little golden brown on there. Whoop, this side's sticking a little bit. Probably should have oiled the grill down. There we go. Sorry, little technical difficulties, but that's all right. That's alright, at least we didn't sauce it yet. Now we're going to flip the big boy. Oh yeah, they're all looking good. Look at these. Yeah, these are looking real good. Alright, good. Good. Okay. So we got it flipped over. We got the nice golden brown color on there. Alright, we're going to... Sorry for all the movement. We're going to put down that. Flip the camera over so I can switch over to my other hand. Grab our bowl of barbecue sauce over here. Now, for those of you wondering, no, I did not make my own barbecue sauce. I usually just buy it from the store. It's a lot easier, a lot less time consuming, and it's delicious. I won't name the brand, but I can tell you it is the opposite of Sour Adult Raymond. So yeah, figure that out from context clues. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your silicone brush or whatever kind of barbecue brush you got, whatever you got for a nice little grilling brush, and you're just going to put a nice coating layer all on the cooked side of the chicken. You want to make sure you coat it all of it, every last bit of it. Alright, you don't got to go crazy. There's that piece that's stuck a little bit. We'll just do that up. Okay, you don't have to go crazy, but you do want to make sure that you get it all covered. You want a nice coat on all of it, okay? We're only doing the one coat on the one side for right now. Alright, and basically what you're going to do is we're going to layer on the sauce over time. I'm going to come to the other side here. It's pretty hot over the middle. Alright. Now be careful not to burn yourself, obviously. And, take all proper precautions. We're just going to brush this up. Alright, because I don't want you guys getting hurt making this. I don't want anybody saying, oh, Hatter said to do this, and now I got hurt. Like, no. Alright, so I'm giving you a fair warning. Alright, now we're going to let the other side cook and see how it comes after that. Alright guys, so again, I'm going to apologize for that last little jump cut right there, or whatever kind of weird editing trick I did just there, if I did edit it at all. There was a mom and her young son who was being a bit pouty as they walked by, and I didn't want them to feel weird on camera, so I kind of rushed it a little bit. Not that you would have seen them, but I didn't want them to feel awkward, you know, having their moment there walking by, so I rushed it. Anyway, as you can see, our chicken is coming along really well. Now we're gonna flip these over, and you can kind of see already how the sauce is kind of baked in a little bit. Oh, we let that one get a little too hot. That's okay. That's all right. That's just seasoning on there. That'll be fine. All right, I'll flip them all over because they're all cooked now. All right, and what I was trying to say before was the reason you're only putting a little bit on is because you're gonna do layers. All right, we're gonna layer it on, and we're gonna let each layer kind of bake on a little bit. All right, and you're gonna do this until you're out of sauce, or until you feel like it's had enough sauce on it. I typically go about 3, 4, 5 layers sometimes, depending. I like mine to be really, really barbecuey. Hopefully the only little mishap we have as far as the burning goes is this piece over here, which wasn't even sauced yet, so it should be okay, but who knows. All right, now when you get to this stage, when the chicken should be mostly cooked, if not fully cooked, okay, so you don't need to leave it directly over the coals, and if you've got the ability to move the coals with the grate and all that, sometimes it's kind of a pain in the butt. So if you can't, you can't. I can't necessarily do that easily. So I just leave mine on here, but I move them off of the direct heat and just put them on the edge of the heat because they're already mostly cooked at this point. They've been on about 5 minutes on each side with the lid closed, so it's cooking kind of like an oven plus the extra heat from the bottom. Okay, but it's also going to be on here for about another 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how long it takes me to do each side. So I move them off the heat like this, okay? You got that other layer on there. We're going to close the lid again. We're going to give it another 2-3 minutes, and we're going to flip it. And we're going to do this, like I said, until we run out of sauce, or until they look like I want them to look, which I will show you when they are finished. So I'll see you in a few. All right, guys, I just wanted to give you a quick update. These pieces are almost done. They're going to probably get one more turn, one more coat, and then I'm going to pull them off and call them done. And I will show you the finished product, but I just wanted to point out right here, you see this piece of chicken here? You see how the skin, or the meat rather, because I took all the skin off, you see how it's kind of pulled away from the bone here and pulled up a little bit? That's okay. That actually indicates, that tells me that the chicken is cooking all the way through. What was there was probably just a piece of tenon that didn't get trimmed off, and so as it got really hot and the meat cooked, it contracted and it pulled off of the bone. Not a big deal, might be a little chewy when you go to bite into it, but otherwise it'll be perfectly fine. And you can see that there is some char on some of these pieces. Now that is okay too. All right, it is not burnt. I know somebody's gonna be like, oh, you burnt it. It's not burnt. Okay, barbecue sauce, well, this piece is maybe a little burnt because of the seasonings, but barbecue sauce itself has a lot of sugar in it. Sugar likes to caramelize when you've got it on 500, 600, I don't even know how hot this is. We're going to say about 500, 600 degrees over charcoal. It's going to caramelize quickly. You're going to get this charring, but that's what makes it so sweet, and that's what makes it so delicious. So it's really not a big deal. You just don't want to char it, burn it completely black and make it nasty and crunchy and gross, which is what we are avoiding here. So, yeah. I got one or two more rounds to go on this, and then I will show you the finished product. Hey guys, one more thing real quick before we get to the end here. Just something I want to point out, and I feel stupid saying this because I probably don't have to say it, but just to cover my bases and be safe because, well, sometimes, even the best of us lack judgment. Make sure if you're going to put your cooked chicken back on the plate that you brought it outside on, make sure you wash that plate, or go get a different plate altogether. Now I have gone and washed this plate in between takes here, so mine's nice and clean. I just want to put that out there. You don't want to put the cooked chicken on the raw chicken. That's how you get salmonella. That's how you get sick. And I don't need anybody going, well, Hatter said it did. And no, I didn't. I'm telling you, wash your plate. Okay, now back to your regularly scheduled barbecue. Alright guys, so it is finally time to take the chicken off the grill. You see how nice and dark these are, even without the charring on there. How nice and dark that is. That's from all that layering of the barbecue sauce on there. It cooked in real good. You can see the meat is just falling off of the bone now. Oh, I can't wait to get inside and eat this, guys. You can see it looks delicious. It smells delicious. I've got a nice yummy salad inside waiting to go with it. And so there's the final product, guys. Nice and delicious. And there you have it, guys. There's some tips to make yourself a nice, delicious, juicy, and succulent barbecue chicken at your next barbecue and make it the talk of everybody there. So I hope you guys found this informative or funny or, you know, got some sort of value out of it. If you did, like I said earlier, don't be afraid to leave a like on the video, subscribe, share, all that happy stuff. It's the only way the channel is going to grow. And there are a lot of hungry people out there who need to learn how to make good food. So until the next one, guys, I'm going to go slurp down this chicken. I hope you enjoy yours when you make it, and stay hungry.